Good evening, everybody. I'm Diane Daniels. We begin for you tonight with a weather alert. Here's a live look at conditions right now in South Bend, and the snow has let up considerably, probably because the lake effect band is now shifting to the east. And speaking of heading east, here's a live look at conditions right now in Elkhart. They are probably next in line as that lake effect band does continue to shift. We've got team coverage for you tonight. WSBT-22's Heather Black is out along the toll road. First, though, we begin with meteorologist Ed Russo with more on how the storm is making this transition from system snow to lake effect. Ed? And
Diane, the system snow has finally ended over much of the region, so we've really, over the past couple hours, been watching the lake effect band move through, which developed over Lake Michigan and has been moving east over the past couple hours. Now, a good chunk of the winter storm warning has been dropped for the viewing area, but still with that band moving by these counties, that's where we still have the warning in place. We even still have the band impacting Marshall and Kosciuszko, but the heavier amounts have certainly been to the north. Now, the band right now over southwest Michigan and knifing right down through Elkhart County, eastern parts of St. Joseph County, Indiana, also much of Cass County being affected by this. Also down through Kosciuszko, right through the Warsaw area into North Webster, seeing this band. It is weakening significantly because the wind is no longer traveling over water. It's traveling over land, and we're getting those west winds that's basically shutting off the lake effect snow machine. But we could get a few multi-bands that develop and move in across Berrien County into northern Indiana. But this is the big band that we were watching earlier, fortunately now weakening, and snow not as heavy as it was. Upper 20s, low 30s right now, and you can see that band starting to, once it gets over land, it just starts to weaken, but a few more weaker bands are still possible overnight. But much of this 1 to 4 additional snow accumulation has already fallen, so wouldn't be surprised to see another few spots maybe get another inch or two. But bottom line, most of the snow has fallen. And tomorrow we're not getting out of the 20s. Much bigger warmth headed our way as we head closer to Thanksgiving. That's what I'm talking about in my full forecast in just a few. Diane? All right, thank you, Ed. Well, you do want to be careful out there tonight. This video just in out of Elkhart County where a van hit a pickup with a plow blade attached to the front. This happened at County Road 16 in Ash. No one seriously injured. The van driver, however, was cited. And boy, plenty of scenes like this one played out all throughout the viewing area today as people tried to get reacclimated to what it's like to drive in snow once again. This was a crash in St. Joe County late this afternoon in snowy conditions at Day and Capitol. No serious injuries, but boy, there were plenty of slide-offs and fender benders like this all throughout the area today due to that weather. At least one Michiana community has declared a snow removal emergency tonight. It went into effect at 7 p.m. in Sturgis, Michigan. Meantime, you do definitely want to take it easy if you have to head out on the roads. WSBT-22's Heather Black is out at the entrance to the toll road in Granger, and she joins us now live with the latest on conditions. Heather?
Well, Diane, even though the snow appears to have let up a bit, drivers here on the toll road are still taking it slow. Now, the timing of this storm hits many travelers as they're trying to get a head start and leave for the Thanksgiving holiday. Motorists hoping to get ahead of the pre-Thanksgiving holiday rush got an extra helping of winter weather this weekend.
It gets scary sometimes, it does.
Out on the toll road, the plow drivers started their work Friday night, and they haven't stopped since.
We have 30 trucks on the road. We have just over about 10,300 tons of salt on hand road wide right now, with another 18,000 that can be delivered whenever we want it.
For drivers navigating on the roads this weekend, it's kind of like getting their sea legs again, but in this case, it's snow.
It's been pretty smooth. The roads, they've been doing a good job keeping the road clear, which has been good.
Other than the slush, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I like seeing white snow. I mean, that's part of being up here is the 4 seasons.
While some motorists find the beauty in it, don't forget, the driving part can also be a beast.
Because that big white sign says 70, there is a thing called driving for existing conditions, and we recommend just slow down. That extra few minutes that you may get there earlier, it really isn't worth your life.
Now, Diane, we have seen a few plow trucks coming through and continuing to clear the roads out here, and and just make sure everyone stays safe. Reporting live in Granger, Heather Black, WSBT 22 News.
All right, thank you, Heather. Well, more than 400 flights have been canceled at O'Hare and Midway in Chicago due to the snow. Here's a live look for you right now at the South Bend International Airport website with real-time flight information. Some flights have experienced cancellations and delays. Most look to still be on schedule. However, if you do have plans to fly, definitely check with your airline first. Well, today's snow has been heavy and wet, and that has certainly created a lot of problems where power lines are concerned. Right now, thousands of people in the viewing area are going into the snowy cold night with no power.
Oh.
All throughout the area, we heard and saw situations just like this one today. Tree branches being weighed down by that snow, falling onto power lines, causing outages, arcing, and in some cases, sparking fires. In this case, in Bago Township in Elkhart County, in the 58,000 block of Creekbaum, our photographer out there actually got trapped as he was shooting the scene because a live wire came down within 10 feet of his news vehicle. Now to the latest on the power outages. Here's a live interactive map on the INM website showing where the worst situation is. That's certainly St. Joe County, where we have at least about 3,500 outages or so. Berrien County is the next worst with about 1,500 outages. LaPorte, Elkhart, Cass, and Van Buren County are all experiencing outages in the hundreds. Meantime, Midwest Energy Cooperative, which provides power to thousands of homes in Southwest Michigan, just updated us. They've got about 1,100 people in their area out of power tonight. And it was a live power line that came down just prior to where this fire broke out in Bertrand Township that may have played a role in starting this blaze. Today's weather conditions also didn't do the firefighters there any favors. This fire occurring this afternoon on Chamberlain Road near Redbud Trail.
And upon our arrival, the house is totally involved. The fire was coming out the roof and out the west side of the house. We did have a power line that was severed in live when we got here, but AEP was able to de-energize it, so we were able to make access to the home. Weather-wise, it's with the snow, it makes it a little difficult to be able to pull hose and stuff, but luckily there wasn't a lot of snow.
And the chief there tells us that the fire marshal will be asked to make an investigation in this case. That house was unoccupied and nobody out there got injured. Well, now to the retail side of the storm. The snow means an economic boon for some businesses, for private plow drivers. Boy, this is what they've been waiting for. By their standards, in fact, the first snow of the season came late. We caught up with private plow operator Eric Gold in South Bend this afternoon. He says this season he's plowing for about 200 customers.
We'll have a long night tonight. I think everybody will be out till wee hours in the morning. I guess it's supposed to stop hopefully early morning and get everybody cleaned up so they can go back to work or just be cleaned out Sunday morning.
And this weekend's first snowstorm also had people flocking to buy supplies for winter weather. Here's a look at the scene at Home Depot today where the employees were unboxing more snow shovels trying to keep up with the demand.
Today it's kind of been just a run on shovels, a lot of snow brushes, and snow blowers not so much. It's I think people that we're looking at snow blowers are pretty well prepared.
Also ice melt and salt, big sellers there today as well. And we're not the only ones dealing with weather like this. Heavy snowfall has been dropping all across the Midwest, from the snowplows in Madison, Wisconsin to the snow blowers out in the suburbs of Chicago. Everyone using a bit of extra caution to clean up the streets. And also in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, they are plowing out and trying to reclaim their streets from somewhere upwards of a foot of snow. You can check out our photo gallery of snow pictures. We've got that on the website at WSBT.com. Also, while you're there, you can check the weather page. We encourage you to continue to stay with us here on WSBT. We're going to get you through this weather storm and continue our coverage both on air and online. And in the meantime, stay with us right here tonight. Much more coming up. Besides just the snow in Michiana, we're also staying on top of sports. Well, the white stuff fell on the campus of Notre Dame, as you see right here. The football team is in Boston, and the final is just in for the Shamrock Series, 19-6.